Hi guys, Joe here, and welcome back to 750 Gaming. In this one, we're going to make some scattered terrain so easy that even kids can do it. In fact, I'm going to get my boys to help. So, one of the most common things to see on a battlefield, certainly since the start of the First World War, but in some cases even before that, are these caltrop things, or tank traps, or check hedgehogs, or whatever you want to call them. These simple looking barricades have stood the test of time as large immovable obstructions preventing the free movement of vehicles and people alike. It's also really easy to make some at tabletop wargaming scale so that you can have quick and easy scatter terrain for your battlefields, whether that be for 40k, trench crusade, bolt action, anything war-y or sci-fi. So here goes. What do we need? Well, to start off with, coffee stirrers, snaffled from your local coffee house. Preferably a big chain that can afford for a handful to be misplaced, as opposed to your small independent cafes that run on smaller margins. Or you could go to Poundland or Home Bargains here in the UK or any other store worth its bargainous household essentials salt and pick up a box of millions for not a lot of money. As it is, for each 3-pronged obstruction, you'll need 3 stirrers, cut into 3 lengths. If you want to be precise, but that's only going to matter if you want to display these as new and not been in battle yet. Otherwise, unevenness isn't going to be a huge deal. Then, we want to glue them together to form I-beams. Use whatever glue you want here, but my boys and I found that a hot glue gun worked really well for a quicker setting but also adjustable while setting hold. Also, the blobs of glue you inevitably get everywhere end up looking like the remnants of welding, so it kind of works. Once you've got your 3 I-beams, then you stick them together to look spiky and obstructive. Really simple. It can be a bit of a faff, but this is why the hot glue gun came up trumps for us, even if it was a bit messy. You could just paint them and leave them like that as individual caltrops, but we decided to put ours on bases. A bit of a cardboard box later, and we have a base. We also chose to add a bit of battlefield embellishment to these, and chuck some barrels on for good measure. You can buy these, or 3D print them, or you can chuck whatever other scraps of battlefield detritus looking bits you've got in your bits box. And then very simple basing. PVA glue. The bigger white rocks are cat litter and the sand is, well, sand. So buy a bag of cat litter and buy a bag of play pit sand and you've got a basing material cache that will last you for years. and then we hosed it all down with sealant. And by sealant, I literally mean a 50-50 mix of water and this glorious hobbycraft decoupage medium. It's matte Mod Podge in all but name. Oh, and half the price. My local hobby store closed down unfortunately, but I managed to stock up on this in its clearance aisle. Oh, and I didn't bother with the isopropyl alcohol or flow aid or anything here, we just hosed it down, not wasting any extra dollar. Once it's solid as rock, I primed it in black, and then the boys painted it up using just 3 colours. I dry brush of off-white on the ground and rocks, a silver on whatever you imagine will be metal, and then an orangey brown, heavily watered down and blobbed on whatever the boys decided should look dirty or rusty. And we're so close to being there. A bit of beading wire, also acquired from my ex-local hobbycraft store, but you can get this from anywhere of course. Twisted around a pencil and then stretched over the barricade as looks appropriate. It works as effective scale barbed wire. And then for a final bit of embellishment, we stuck on some grass tufts in a few places that grass might grow. And hey presto, you've got yourself a barricade. The boys made this one pretty much all by themselves, and compared to some that I made earlier, you probably wouldn't know. And that's how simple they are, and how simple they need to be to work on the tabletop. You can embellish these to your heart's content, paint and highlight and detail and go to town, or you could crack out a load of really simple ones in no time at all. So why don't you give it a try? And why not let your kids play too? Let me know if you do, and let me know your thoughts down below. Do us a solid and hit that like button and hit subscribe if you want to catch more of this madness. Hopefully I'll see you next time. But for now, thanks for watching. Let's go! Yes, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, then do hit like and give me a comment below. I don't do this to pay my bills, it's just for fun without a regular release schedule or anything. So hit subscribe to catch these videos when I do them, or visit my Instagram for my hobbying updates. My content isn't monetized, I have no Patreon, but if you want to tip the busker by chucking some pennies in the digital hat, then I have a buy me a coffee thing set up and I'll be very grateful. See you next time.